Listen that in. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Mata, Brother Shamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, and the assembled devotees, and continue with the Sanatana Dharma course. And we're looking at the different Devatas. So far we've had an overview, quick overview of Brahma, Lord Shiva, Durga Mata, Ganesh, Indra, Suryadev, Chandradev, and today we're going to look at Agnidev. So he is the Devata of fire. The birth of Agni, the origin is a bit of a mystery. There are quite a few theories. Such as parents were sage Kashyap Muni and Aditi. So he's Aditya, or he's born of Dyaus Pita Prithvi, or son of 10 mothers who are all sisters, depicting the 10 fingers of a man, or the son of Yamraj and Vasu, daughter of Daksha. So this is quite a few theories. Very unusual personality. The Vedic scriptures describe Agnidev as a fiery red-colored body, having 3 legs, 7 fiery tongues, 7 hands, sharp golden teeth, 2 faces smeared with ghee to provide fuel to the flame. Yes, Pavan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and all the devotees. Have you got the picture, please?
I think I have somewhere. One second. Ah, there you go. There you go.
Oh,
It doesn't show 7 hands.
How many hands? 7.
Yeah, but he doesn't show 7 hands. This picture.
And is he on the bull?
Goat.
Goat. Okay, Agni Devata is on the goat. All right.
Looks like, yeah, looks like.
And how many faces?
2.
3. 2. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to see because the way you describe, you know.
I know. Black eyes, wild black hair, 7 rays of light comes out of his body after his 7 hands. He's often shown to be riding on a chariot either by a ram or a goat, or sometimes he rides parrots. So different versions here. Very interesting, very interesting. So, facts about Agni. A demigod, saintly Brahmin, great sage, also known as Pavaka. Pavaka means pure. Anina, Jatukarnya, Agniveshya, son of Yamraj and Vasu. Yeah, we talked about that. So, this is interesting. We have Yamraj, Dharmraj. He's got 10 wives. There they are, who are the daughters of Daksha. And from Vasu comes Agni, from whom comes a number of personalities. And I think we'll go through them, including Swaha, that's his wife. They have 3 children, Pavaka, Suchi, Pavaman. Often when we do yagya, we call upon this particular fire, Pavaka, to come. So he's a husband of Swaha, Kritika, and Dhara. So Dhara, Swaha, Kritika, From Kirtika came Skanda or Kartikeya. So Kartikeya, very interesting, because normally we associate Kartikeya with Shiv Parvati.
The Kritikas were the mother, isn't it? 7, right? Kritikas.
Yeah, true. Father of Swaroshik Sisa Manu, the second Manu. Very powerful. Kartikeya, via semen from Lord Shiva. So he was obviously the carrier of the semen of Lord Shiva. So Kartikeya is regarded as both son of Shiva and Indra. Uncle of Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma, very famous architect of the Devatas. There's quite a lot here. The two faces of Agni are indicative of his beneficent and destructive qualities. So it can be both helpful and it can be also destructive. Fire can be used properly, or it can be used to destroy. You can cook nice food, or you can burn down a building. Agni does not differentiate between his devotees and visits everyone's hurt. He is irrespective of their financial status. For him, the young and the old, the rich and the poor, the Brahmin and Kshatriya, everyone is equal. He is often thought to be a mediator between the heaven and earth, which is why all yagyas take place with Agni being present. So Agni is always there. We call Agni in a yagya, and he comes as a representative of Vishnu. We're actually calling upon Vishnu to come in the yagya so that he will accept our offerings. And that's done through Agni. It is said that when people use fire, they use it in different directions. For offering sacrifices to the gods, the fire should be in the direction facing east. Facing east is very auspicious. So whenever the deity is consecrated or installed in the deity, in the temple, should be facing east if possible. East is considered a very auspicious direction. When facing south, the fire should be used to offer sacrifices to the dead. So facing south means a cremation. When using fire for cooking food, the direction should be in the direction of west. Agni has the power to reduce a person's sins after his death or grant him immortality. That is why we cremate in Hinduism. It's Sanatana Dharma. Death after death, there's cremation of the body. He can reduce our sins in that cremation. He gives out the light of knowledge and leads us to the path of truth. He is the mouth of the gods, as he is the divine personification of the sacrificial fire. The Agni Puran, which is one of the 18 Puranas, states that one cannot approach any Devata without using Agni as a medium. So Agni is always a medium. Very interesting person. No divinity can come without the presence of Agni. It is also written that Agni was the son of Agniras, who discovered fire and its uses. His most destructive form is Kravyad form. So Agni Puran, very interesting. Nobody can approach a Devata without using Agni as a medium. In the Vedas, it is written that Agni, Vayu, Soma are representations of fire, air, and water. These are 3 of the 5 Tan mantras born from the three heated worlds. They were the principal deities in Vedic times. Agni used to bring the subject and the object together and establish a relationship between them, known as sambandha. So this sambandha is very important in Vaishnava philosophy, because we have to have a relationship with the Supreme. Sambandha gives us that relationship. And then Vayu, air, helps. Vayu helped in the progress and the development of that relation, known as abhidaya. And Soma used to convert forms into pleasure felt in the consciousness, known as prayojana. So these three things are very important. Sambandha, establishing relationship, abhidaya, developing the relationship, and then the fruit is prayojana. The final sort of reward is prayojana. Devata is in charge of different portions of the universe. Agni is in charge of the southwest portion of the universe. Yamraj, who punishes sinners, is in charge of the southern portion. Niriti is in charge of the southwestern part of the universe. And Varun, the demigod in charge of the waters, is in charge of the western portion. Vayu controls the airs, has wings to travel in the air, is in charge of the northwest part of the universe. Kuver, treasurer of the Devatas, is in charge of the northern part of the universe. So, very interesting. This is all in the Srimad Bhagavatam. As Agni is guardian deity of the southern direction, he is typically found in the southeast corner of Hindu temples. So the kitchen might be located that side, southeast corner. Agni is said to have 10 forms: lightning, fire, sun, absorbing fire, destructive fire, fire yielding through sticks used for sacrifice and rituals, fire given to a student during his Upanaya ceremony, domestic fire used for household use, sudden fire of ancestors used for some types of rituals, and the funeral fire in the cremation rituals. So 10 different types of fires, Agnis. Agni is a messenger who carries all the prayers and wishes of the devotees to the gods, to the demigods. When Agni is happy, the gods are generous and listening to the prayers of all people. Together with Soma, Agni is invoked the most in the Rig Veda amongst all the demigods. The cultivated, cooked, and cultured aspect of Vedic ritual are represented by Agni. Swaha, one of the daughters of Daksha and Prasuti, was given to be the wife of Agni. So whenever we do a havan, yagya, after offering or saying the mantras, we give offerings saying Swaha, Swaha. Swaha's name is uttered while offering oblations during the fire sacrifice. Oblations offered in the sacrificial fire are meant for the demigods. But of course, when we do yagyas, we try to offer those to Vishnu through Agni. Oblations offered in the sacrificial fire are meant for the demigods, and on behalf of the demigods, the three sons of Agni and Swaha, namely Pavaka, Pavamana, and Suchi, accept the oblations. From these three sons, another 45 descendants were generated, who are also fire gods. The total number of fire gods is therefore 49. So 45 plus 3, these three here, and then I presume Agni himself. including the fathers and the grandfathers. The grandfather is Agni and the sons are Pavaka, Pavana, Pavamana, and Suchi, counting these 4 plus 45 thereof. Altogether, 49 different fire gods. Kritika Devi, after receiving the semen of Lord Shiva from Agni, conceived a child named Skanda Kartikeya, whose sons were headed by Vishaka. The second Manu, whose name was Swaro Sicha, was the son of Agni. Although the names of Indra and Agni are sometimes uttered in the Vedic mantras, Indraya Swaha, Agniya Swaha, the Vedic sacrifices are actually performed for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So that's important to understand. We try to invoke the presence of Vishnu through Agni when we're doing yajna. In the Shruti mantras, it is said, Agni Sarva Devataha. Agni is the aggregate of all the demigods. So he's a combination of all the demigods. Agni is the mouth of the supreme personality of Godhead. It is through Agni or fire that the Lord accepts all sacrificial oblations. Agni is also considered the mouth of the demigods and goddesses, and that the medium that conveys offerings to them in a Homa, Vedic ritual, he is also conceptualized in ancient texts to exist at 3 levels: on earth as fire, in the atmosphere as lightning, in the sky as the sun. This triple presence accords him as a messenger between the Devatas and human beings in the Vedic scriptures. Agni remains an integral part of Vedic tradition, such as being the central witness of the rites of passage, ritual. In traditional Hindu weddings called Saptapadi or Agni Pradakshinam, 7 steps and mutual vows. So whenever there's a wedding, Agni is there, present as a witness. He's also there when there's the Upanaya ceremony, which is the giving of the thread to the Brahman, or the Brahmanical thread to appropriate varnas. Being part of the Diya in festivals such as Deepavali and Aarti in Puja. So Agni is very important. He's conceptualized as a source of the creator, maintainer, and destroyer triad, one of the trinities, as one of the who ruled earth. Yes, Parvin.
I just want to mention you something else as Agni. Agni is also given to the daughter when, like Diya, when she leaves her house. It's called Jamruk Divo.
Okay.
It's like thing, and then when when the daughter is going, they do the puja of the tire, and then this diya is taken with her. The daughter takes with her, and in the anyway, it's a long story, but just carry on. So that's how I'm going to tell you that diya is still, and diya goes with even daughter cooking. In the end, when she dies, diya is still there.
Right.
She sacrificed with the diya, and that's why it's one of the, as you are telling, Agni. So Agni is all the time, everywhere.
Agni is very important. Yes, very good. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Now, when you said about wedding, I remember.
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. His twin brother Indra ruled the atmosphere as the god of storm, rain, and war, while Surya rules the sky and the heavens. Agni occupies, after Indra, the most important position of the Devatas. Agnideva is said to be Indra's twin brother, maybe because of his immense power and vigor, like Indra. Indra was also a son of Aditi, and it said that Agni is also a son of Aditi, so they are brothers. Agni is prominent in the hymns of the Vedas, and particularly the Brahmins. In the Rig Vedas, there are over 200 hymns that praise Agni. His name or synonyms appear in nearly a third of the 1028 hymns in the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda opens with a hymn inviting Agni, who is then addressed later in the hymn as the guardian of Rita Dharma. The hymns in the ancient texts refer to Agni with numerous synonyms, such as Jatavedas, he who knows all generations, Vishva Naras, relating to all men. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains about this, Vishva Naras. This is the fire of digestion, the fire within the stomach. Tanu Napat, the son of himself, self-made. Nara Sams, one who embodies men's praise. Triptasya, with 3 dwellings and many more. In Vedic scriptures, Agni is also presented as one who is mysterious, with a tendency to play hide and seek, not just with humans, but with the gods. He hides in strange places, such as waters, where in one pastime he imbues life force into living beings that dwell therein, and in another where the fishes report his presence to the god. So this is interesting. He's very mysterious, playing hide and seek. Hides in strange places like water, which is very strange for Agni, because water is usually stamps out Agni. He hides in water. Agni is also famously known as Pavaka, sanctifier of everything. Havya Vahana, one who carries the sacrificial butter. Sapta Jiva, Jivi, one with 7 tongues. Consumes a sacrificial butter very fast. Vahani, traveling with wind. Anala, one of the Vasus. Hutashana, Chittabhanu, colorful light. Jwalana, glowing. Vishvarnaras. Vibhavasu, whose light is well. Various pastimes. Indra once took the shape of a pigeon hunter bird, so an eagle, and Agni, the fire god, took the shape of a pigeon. The pigeon, while being chased by the eagle, took shelter on the lap of Maharaj Sibi. So this is a story in the Bhagavatam. The eagle wanted the pigeon back. So the eagle wanted to eat the pigeon, but the pigeon took shelter of the king. The king wanted to give it some meat to eat and requested the bird not to eat the pigeon. So the king wanted to protect the pigeon and said to the eagle, I will give you something else to eat. Leave the pigeon alone. But the eagle refused. It was then agreed that the king would offer flesh from his own body equal to the weight of the pigeon. Wow, amazing. This king was amazing, King Sibi. The king began to cut flesh from his body to weigh in the balance equivalent to the weight of the pigeon. But the mysterious pigeon always remained heavier. The king then put himself on the balance to equate with the pigeon. The demigods were pleased and disclosed their identities, blessing the king. So it's a very, very nice pastime, because he shows the greatness of Maharaj Sibi, willing to give up his own life for the sake of the pigeon who had taken shelter of him. Once Agni had offended the sage Brigu, who cursed him to become the devourer of everything in this world. Terrified of this curse, Agni went to Brahma and requested him to do something about it. Otherwise, Agni would have been responsible for the destruction of the entire world. So Brahma modified the curse in such a way that Agni becomes a purifier of everything he touches. So fire can purify. Like gold, for example, is burnt down and when it's burnt down by this intense fire, it becomes completely pure. When Ravan came to kidnap Mother Sita, and she saw him, Ravan saw him. Sita saw Ravan. She took shelter of Agni, who protected her from the hands of Ravan. So the Lakshman Rekha had been made around Sita. And when Sita entered that Lakshman Rekha, Agni took her to his palace. The fire god Agni took away the real Sita and brought her to his abode. An illusionary form of Mother Sita was then delivered to Ravan, and in this way Ravan was cheated when he kidnapped the false Sita. When Lord Ramachandra tested the body of Sita, it was the false, illusory Sita that entered the fire. At that time, Agni brought the original Sita from his abode and delivered her to Lord Ramachandra. So he plays a very important role in Ramayana. Lord Brahma once ordered Maharaj Barhisat, that's Prachina Bharhi, to marry the daughter of the ocean named Satadruti. Her bodily features were completely beautiful. She was very young. She was decorated with proper garments, and when she came into the marriage arena, she began circumambulating it. The fire god Agni became so attracted to her that he desired her company, exactly as he had formerly desired to enjoy Sukhi, the wife of Saptarishi. When the fire god had been present long ago at the assembly of Saptarishi, he was attracted by the beauty of Sukhi when she was circumambulating in the same way. Agni's wife named Swaha took the form of Sukhi and enjoyed sex life with Agni. Okay, so Krishna's pastimes as well. Krishna, being engaged in the pastimes of offering the Kanda forest, which belonged to Indra, wanted to give it to Agni, the fire god. The Kanda forest contained many varieties of drugs, and Agni required to eat them for rejuvenation. Agni, however, did not touch the Kanda forest directly, but requested Krishna to help him. Agni knew that Krishna was very pleased with him because he had formerly given him the Sudarshan Chakra. In order to satisfy Agni, Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna, and both went to the Kandava forest. After Agni had eaten up the Kanda forest, he was very pleased. This time he offered a specific bow known as Gandiva. That's to Arjuna. 4 white horses, 1 chariot, and an invincible bow with 2 specific arrows considered to be the talisman, which had so much power that no warrior could counteract them. The chariot was capable of conquering all sides whenever it was drawn over the 3 worlds. So in order to satisfy Agni, Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna. And both went to the Kanda forest. After Agni had eaten up the Kanda forest, he was very much pleased. So this is in the Krishna book, chapter 58. So Agni's role in the rites of passage. Hindu weddings are performed around Agni. He's called the Saptapadi, Sanskrit for 7 steps, or Satfera, and it represents a legal part of Hindu marriage. The ritual involves a couple completing 7 actual and or symbolic circuits around Agni, which is considered a witness to the vows they make to each other. Each circuit of the consecrated fire is led by either the bride or the groom, varying by community and region. With each circuit, the couple makes a specific vow to establish some aspect of a happy relationship and household for each other, with Agni as a divine witness to those mutual vows. So Agni is very important. The Agnihotra involves fire, and the term refers to the ritual of keeping fire at home, and in some cases making sacrificial offerings such as milk and seeds to this fire. The Shautra texts state that it is a duty of man to perform Agnihotra. A wide range of Agnihotra procedures are found in the Brahman layer of the Vedas, ranging from the most common simple keeping of sacred fire and its symbolism to a more complicated procedure of countering sinful behavior, to rituals claim to grant immortality to the performer. According to the Jaimiya Brahman, all, for example, an Agnihotra sacrifice frees the performer from evil and death. In contrast, states this Shatapatha Brahmana, Agnihotra is a symbolic reminder and equivalent to the sun, where the fire keeper is reminded of the heat that creates life, the fire in beings, the heat in the womb behind the cycle of life. So ancient medicine and food, Agni is also known as Vaishvanara. We were mentioning that before. Just as the healing power in the fire is a part of Agni's own effulgence, even so the heating power in the food, digestive and appetizing power is also part of Agni's energy or potency. Agni is viewed as the life force in a healthy body, the power to digest foods and innate in food. In Ayurveda, the amount of Agni determines the state of health. Agni, as constitutive principle of fire or heat, was incorporated in the Vedic texts of ancient medicine, such as Charaka Samhita and Shushrat Samhita. Agni is an important entity in Ayurveda, as are these two Samhitas. Agni is a fiery metabolic energy of digestion, allowing assimilation of food while ridding the body of waste and toxins, and transforms dense physical matter into subtle forms of energy the body needs. Jata Agni determines the production of hydraulic acid in the stomach. Bhuta Agni determines the production of bile in the liver. Kloma Agni determines the production of sugar digesting pancreatic enzymes. The nature and quality of these Agnis depend on one's dosh, which can be Vata, Pitta or Kapha. Festivals, Holi is very important because Holika and Diwali, as we know, very important because, again, light is very important part of the Diwali tradition. And Holi is the bonfire marking Agni, marks Agni. He has two forms. Jataveda is a fire that carries a quid pro quo offerings to the demigods, in which case Agni is light identified with knowledge and with Brahman. In the Jataveda form, he who knows all creatures, Agni acts as the divine model for the priest. He is the messenger who carries the oblations from the humans to the gods, bringing the gods to sacrifice, intercedes between gods and humans. Together with Indra and Soma, Agni is invoked in the Rig Vedas more than any other gods. And then the second form is Kravyad, which cremates corpses, the fire of the funeral pyre that triggers the recycling of matter and spirit. In this way, states Shatapatha Brahmana, that after one's death and at the time of cremation, Agni heats up and burns only the body, yet by its heat one is reborn. Some of the gods that Agni is identified with, Varun and Mitra. When Agni is born, he is Varun. When he is kindled, he is Mitra. He's also stated to become Varun in the evening and Mitra when he rises in the morning. He's also connected with Indra as his twin. They go and appear together. So they're always in good company with each other. Agni is said to become Indra when he illumines the sky. Rudra, because the Rig Veda Agni is addressed as having the same fiery nature as Rudra, the shivling representing the pillar of fire, which is Agni. Verses 8 through 18 in the 6.1.3 in the Shatapatha Brahmana states Agni is the same as Rudra. Sorry, Rudra is the same as Agni, who is known by many other names. Savitra, the sun, Agni is same as Savitra during the day as he traverses the space, delivering light and energy to all living beings. Vayu and Soma. So Vayu is air, Soma is water, are the major deities, these three together, who coordinate to empower all life. In some passages, they're stated to be aspects of the same energy that transforms. Gayatri, so she's also associated with the Gayatri, and Vak, goddess of speech or prana, life. So Agni is very important. Samara, Rishi Parasara Saktya speaks of Samara, the goddess of intuition, the forerunner of the dawn of truth in the human mind, who finds the truth which is lost. It is Samara, which is the power of the truth, whose cows are the rays of the dawn of illumination, and who awakens man, who finds Agni standing in the supreme seat and goal. So this is a little idea of Agni, very important Devata, together with Soma, Vayu, Indra. So they're really the products of the essence of life, human life. Any questions, any comments? Quite a long, tough session, but. Okay, so we can stop there.
Prabhuji, sorry,
it's okay.
It's always me asking always the questions.
No, that's good.
You know, I did, as Agni, you talk quite a lot about it, that it's not only one thing, like when we do yagnas and there is a yagna, we need the Agni then, but we need Agni in so many different ways.
That's right.
In the cooking, when we're doing cooking, I do bow all the time, every when I finish my cooking, because I always say, you are there, so I cook the food for the family. But where I written, oh my God, where is the page going? Oh yeah, it's here. You said about the sacrifice is east, south is dead, west is cooking.
South. Yeah.
The cook in the kitchen, you can't say which side is west.
No, you can, because you use the compass, no? What do you think?
So
yeah, but
the sun sets, that side is west. So you see where your cook is facing.
So mine is this side. So this is west.
Depends where the sun rises on.
Sun rises from that end.
So that end. So you're facing west at the moment.
Yeah. Kitchen is the cooker is in the west anyway.
Right. So it's facing east.
No.
It's got to be in the west, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In the west. That's fine. Cooker is in the west, that's good.
Yeah, because the sun rises that end. It's not that the sun won't come on the cooker.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. That's okay then. That's fine. And you didn't mention anything about north.
Yeah, north was mentioned. And
or maybe I didn't hear it properly.
North was there. Let me just have a quick look.
I have to go through again. It's quite interesting, today's session.
Okay, north is Kuver. Kuver is in charge of the north.
Oh, the money.
Yeah, Kuver is in charge of that side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll write it down here, Kuber.
Thank you so much. Thank you for.
Thank you. All right. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Take care. Okay, so Agnideva ki jai.